Bring love, come back to me. Spring love.
Welcome to Soft Launch, everybody. Back with another amazing episode. I'm JC Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
And Morales on the floor today. We didn't want to do it. I was fine, but Samantha's not feeling her best today.
I got the allergies.
Yeah,
and it hit me hardcore today.
Samantha's getting hit by allergies. And I've been trying to tell her since earlier this year, we got local raw honey from Connecticut bees from 3 years ago. And she doesn't want to fucking take a sip of it in her tea. She made herself tea and put no honey.
I did put honey in it.
Did you put the local raw honey?
Of course. It's the only honey we got.
So you got to give us some time.
Yeah. JC, I told him back in the day, like a couple years ago, I was like, they say like local raw honey is like how you can beat your allergies.
Yeah.
And he
makes sense because, bees, they pollinate and the pollen is what gives you
So he went to Trader Joe's.
Did go to, where else
and
did
it
you
said
find
local raw honey on it. He was like, perfect. And then he brought it home and he's like, look what I got. And then I turned it around and it was like made in Connecticut. Yeah. He was like, well, not that good.
Yeah, local raw honey from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not local enough.
But if we ever go to Greenwich,
yeah, I'll be good.
Those bees better be fucking where?
Yeah. My sniffle's gone.
Gone. The trees better fucking stay on the P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Because I'm walking around, I'm not fucking crying, I'm not sniffling, I got no itches in my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Samantha's going through allergies right now, and it's just what it is. Allergies used to not exist for me.
Me too.
I feel like I turned 30 and I became allergic to outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
I became allergic to New York City, the place I'm from.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah. It's insane. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do hate it. But it did give me a viral video, so what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some.
Where did that video go viral on?
On Instagram and on TikTok.
Wasn't it picked up by something?
Yeah, it was. It was picked up by the Today Show.
Oh, shit. Hasn't that come full circle for us?
Quite a bit.
It has. We've gone full circle. The kids were on NBC. Yeah. It's just what we've done. We're the fucking greatest to ever do it. We were on NBC, and we're going to tell you all about it in our first segment. One thing about us is the kids made their television debut.
Yeah, we are TV stars. Shout out Maha for putting us on. Told me to hit up this girl. I did, and it worked out really great. We were on.
Shout out to Bianca.
Yeah, shout out to Bianca. We were on Jenna and Friends. Guest host Tyra Banks.
Yeah, big shout out to Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks, gorgeous. Absolutely stunning in person.
Just like JC Mendoza. I was going to fuck her. Yeah.
Samantha keeps telling me that I look like Tyra Banks, and I'm like, so you think I'm black? I love that. I really do. It really feels nice. It feels good to be with somebody who sees it in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You also like Smokey Robinson.
You think so?
Yeah. When he was younger. If you guys don't know who Smokey Robinson, look him up when he's younger. Obviously not the same hair. Yeah. But if you look at their faces, they have the exact same face.
That's pretty funny. I would do that, but it's Tuesday. I'm not gonna have time to edit it.
No. Yeah. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, Smokey.
I have a picture of you sitting next to my TV with Smokey Robinson on there.
Did I strike you as looking like anybody the first time you saw me?
No.
No? Mm-mm. When did you? What's the first person you ever thought that I looked like?
My husband. Yeah. Which I guess I was wrong because you're not yet. Feel it in my pussy. Oh. Yeah,
that's just what it is.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean,
now you look like my future ex-husband if you don't get it together.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you fucking that over there.
Yeah,
because we're about fucking 4 minutes in, about fucking finished with you already. But we were on the Today Show. Well, technically Jenna and Friends.
Jenna and Friends, which
but I tell people it was the Today Show.
But it's an extension of the Today Show. Yeah. Jenna and Friends. Jenna, just George Bush's daughter. Didn't even know that.
Had no idea. You told me. How the fuck did you find out?
Trina. We had our friend Trina. Shout out to Trina. She is another comic who is taking a sabbatical. She had a kid, which is what you should do.
That's what it is.
I was like, hey, we're gonna be on Jenna and Friends. She was like, Jenna Bush, and I was like, I mean, I don't know. And then she was like, yeah. She's like, with Hoda. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's George Bush's daughter. And I was like, wow. I'm like, should we not go on? But apparently she's liberal or something.
Yeah, and also George Bush, I mean, I feel like everybody's fully come back around on George Bush. Everybody loves George Bush because he's friends with Michelle Obama and no other reason.
Yeah. I mean, who even liked those two buildings? You know what I mean? You understand?
No. Don't fucking forget about Building 7.
Yeah.
All right, there's a lot going down out there.
Yeah, anyway, those buildings were tacky. A little gaudy, honestly, if I'm being honest. You understand?
Oh, shit, it's true. I thought they fucking were a real eyesore.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I'm like, twins, be your own person. You know what I mean?
So, we like a house, we like a home renovation, but God forbid we do it with the city.
Jesus Christ.
That was all you. I liked it, though.
Yeah,
we're having a good time.
I got no fucking... I just am saying what I want to say because I don't feel good.
Yeah, Samantha's got no filter, and I have no time to edit, so whatever we're saying, you're getting it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I miss those buildings. Just kidding.
No, of course, man. Never forget.
Never forget.
Crazy? But
kind of want to forget.
Yeah, you don't like remember?
I feel like it's the start of my anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You were in the city when 9/11 happened.
Yeah, I lived there.
Yeah, what did you?
We had soot on our windows.
You had soot in the windows?
A little bit of soot. And I think the most disconnected I've ever felt from like Gen Z is like last 9/11. I was on like some side of TikTok where it was like a bunch of Gen Zers being like, my mom talks about 9/11 and she said like they had smoke on their windows in Jersey. I'm like, or soot on their windows. I'm like, and they did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they just don't know how major it was.
Yeah.
That like you could see that smoke from like Long Island.
It was a fucking huge explosion. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
It was a really terrible thing.
They're like, oh God, my mom said she couldn't get home and she lived in Jersey. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
I will tell you one thing. It is very funny for me to imagine now. Well, not funny, but it is an interesting thought. You're home on 9/11 down on 6th Street in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. This horrible things happen to New York City. Your windows are filthy, and that's what makes your mother take it personally.
Oh, absolutely. I just cleaned these fucking windows.
These fucking pricks, and that's why I don't trust any of these people. They make my fucking windows filthy.
They're making my windows dirty.
I'm sitting there, I'm looking out my window, and I can't fucking see nothing.
Yeah, I can't see the fucking explosion because I got the fucking soot on my windows.
These fucking sons of bitches, they gotta go down.
Yeah. What I do remember the most from 9/11 is the fact that on 14th Street, Union Square, Regal Theater, it was United Artists at the time.
Yeah.
They were doing free movies for anyone who lived below like 14th Street to go see it. So it was kind of, we were like, great, we'll do that. And then I didn't get to go to school because I lived below 14th Street. So I was, my freshman year, I didn't have like a school for the first week of school because I didn't have to go in. And I was like, hey, can we bump another building?
Yeah. What were you doing on the day? That was just crazy, by the way.
I was in school.
Yeah.
It was my second day of high school.
Did you hear anything while you were in class? No.
We didn't hear anything because I was on 65th Street. We didn't hear anything. They made an announcement during homeroom, which was like second period. And they were like, 2 planes have hit into the trade towers. That's what they said. Yeah. And I didn't, those things are not, you can't hear clearly. So I'm like, train towers.
You probably heard that. Trade towers. Like, thank God it wasn't the Twin Towers. I love those buildings.
Low key.
Yeah.
I had no idea what trade towers were. Yeah. And I thought they said train towers. Yeah. So it was like my first time taking the subway.
I thought they hit the train towers, trains on the ground.
Yeah.
They do that?
But I just didn't picture it. So I'm like, I guess I'm not going to be able to get home. I thought it was like the buildings that like control where the trains go. Like, I don't know. It was my first time taking the trains by myself. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I guess getting home is going to be hard. Didn't think about it. Went into global studies after a teacher kept coming to the door and talking to our teacher, Miss Bagley. And she kept being like, guys, today's a crazy day to be an American. And we were like, great. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. And then Spanish
class.
Pass
out the syllabus.
Yeah. Spanish class next. Didn't speak a lick of Spanish. And she was just the teacher was just speaking Spanish. Didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And then they said, Samantha Santos, can you come to the front of the classroom? I went to the front of the classroom. They said, your dad's here to pick you up.
Nice.
And I was like, okay.
Perfect.
Don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. Just happy to be out of that class.
How did it get to you? If the
my dad used
so
to, my dad didn't work in the building. My dad was an inspector for Con Ed, so he happened to be in my neighborhood.
Oh, thank God!
And heard what happened and was like, I'm just gonna get my kids out of school.
Yeah.
So like, got me. We drove down, couldn't pass 14th Street, or couldn't pass 23rd Street. Parked our car on 23rd Street, got lost in Stuyvesant Town because what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, Jesus
we were walking
Christ.
in circles for a while. My dad's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, you don't need an attack to get lost in that place.
Walked home, dropped me off at my grandparents' house. My grandparents, Michael's apartment now. You had a full clear view of the World Trade Center at the time. So it was just all this smoke. It was wild. Stood in my grandparents' house. My dad walked to my brother's school, picked him up. My brother was a senior. I was a freshman. Picked up my brother. And my mom had to stay in school because she worked in school.
Shelter in place, I'm assuming.
To wait till the last kid was picked up.
Yeah.
So my mom didn't end up getting home until like 9 o'clock at night. And then was the first time she saw the videos of everything. We have been seeing it all day. Yeah. And my mom just started screaming and like hysterically crying. It was a wild, wild thing. And then I just didn't have to go to school and I was kind of hype about that.
Yeah, good little day. I had McDonald's that day.
Oh, is that what you had?
At McDonald's.
I remember I packed myself a sandwich for school, and then I just went to my grandparents' house, sat on their terrace, watching the smoke and just eating my cold cut sandwich.
Yeah.
Just watching.
Nuts.
And my grandma going, this is nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, I didn't get to see my dad until the next day because he was in the city. He was working in Building 7.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see him until like a couple days later, actually, and then he came to my school, and I hadn't seen him for a couple days, so it was the first time he saw me. He started crying, and I got the ick.
No, you didn't.
You understand?
No,
you're like, be a man.
I was like, no, why is he?
Now I understand why mom left you.
That, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Yeah, mom's not gonna like that.
Yeah, then just JC turned out to be. I mean, we just watched TV and you're just crying. I mean, that now.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cry all the time.
JC saw Jey Uso win a belt and started crying. So
well,
yeah, you just learned from your dad.
Yeah, it's just what it is. Me and my dad were emotional kids. We just got the right chord has to be played.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your dad relates.
Oh please.
Yeah, as long as it's sports related, I can get emotional.
Oh yeah. My dad. I mean, nowadays.
Yeah.
Anything could make my dad emotional.
Yeah, I get that though.
Yeah. My dad also did. Your parents have the turn of being like super patriotic around 9/11?
I don't remember.
We were so patriotic.
Oh no.
We did our whole Christmas tree in red, white, and blue.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah. We were. Yeah, and it was mostly my dad went down. My dad went down there September 12th.
Yeah.
And he had to, because he worked with Con Edison, he had to like help restore power down there. And I think, my dad seeing everything that he saw, he was like there when they were picking out bodies.
Yeah.
That he was like, he went and like donated blood. Him and my mom were like really into it.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a time to be patriotic, that was the time.
I don't know if you remember.
George Bush threw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
Like the next day.
You don't understand like how everybody was.
Yeah.
Everybody had like American shirts. Like everybody was, it was like a huge deal. I remember like my first high school dance, people were in like I Heart USA, shirts. It was like a big thing. Not that I want something bad to happen like that, but we almost kind of need that to kind of bring us all back together.
Yeah, this is the thought process that got us in the first one, Samantha. Maybe you fucking calm down a little bit over there.
No, I'm saying I not that we need a terrorist attack. Honestly, though, I'm not.
That's legitimately
just kidding.
the thought process.
No, because I was thinking something that affects everybody, but we had the pandemic and we just turned against each other. So
course.
yeah. We just need a better president.
Yeah, we just need the internet needs to not be as prevalent. That's the only way
that's just what it is.
Groupthink takes place. Now there's too many groups.
Yeah,
we get caught up in groupthink, but like if one group doesn't like the other group, then the groupthink doesn't matter.
And I think 9/11 was honestly kind of what started a bunch of people being nuts. Because I remember my brother being one of the first people I ever knew that came home was like, it was an inside job.
Yep.
And that was like the start of like, I think YouTube.
Probably.
Because it was like years later, because YouTube wasn't around then, but then it just, everybody started being like, he knew. Look at these videos, this guy, he was saying, the guy said he like detonated a building or something like that. Yeah, it was kind of the beginning. Yes. Thank God there was no internet then, because people were all kind of came together. On the internet, people would have been like, you don't think this is a little fishy? And then it would have had fucking 25 million likes.
Yeah, George Bush's highest approval rating in history.
Yeah. Also, what's his face? Giuliani.
Oh yeah, Big
Giuliani.
Yeah.
He also, remember, it was like his last run.
Yeah, Giuliani got that high approval rating from 9/11 and went, it's time to stop and frisk black people.
It was actually the end of his run. It was supposed to be Bloomberg. And then he was like, hey guys, I'll stay on if you want me to. And we're like, you're good. Thank you, sir. You can get out of here. It was like it was around like November. I think that was whatever. It was his last, what did they run like 2 or 3 times? I don't forget how long American run. I think a couple times. And it was like his time up and he's like, I'll stay. And we were like, you're fine.
Yeah.
We'll have someone else. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's just, now Samantha, the cure to allergies is just talking about a fucking national tragedy.
Yeah, national tragedy.
The kid went off.
Yeah. And then my dad got cancer because of it.
Yeah, he did.
So just got cancer. Yeah. Doing better now. Got some money. Didn't give it to me though.
Yeah. You think it doesn't really matter. I wonder how it affected our parents. Like my dad being there, I'm sure like emotionally.
Oh yeah,
a million things that he just won't ever talk about.
Same with my dad. Yeah. I mean, won't go to therapy for it. He goes, I'm fine. I'm like, okay.
And the shout out to the kids. Shout out to our parents doing very well. Dad, if you're listening, put a couple of airplane emojis in the comments. We love you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ to that. You brought us here.
I did bring us here.
You brought us here. God forbid I do a witty quip about it.
Yeah.
And now it's Jesus Christ. He just rose up. Fucking.
Yeah, don't talk about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ like that again. He hasn't even ascended into heaven yet.
When is he supposed to do that?
I don't remember.
It's taking a bit of time.
No, I think it's like a month or 2.
All right. Yeah, so he's just back for a couple months doing miracles, and then
y'all saw what I did.
You think God gave him the light? Was like, brother.
Yeah, wrap it up.
You were supposed to get off stage a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to end on this.
I'm going to end on this. Does anybody have any water?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk on it, then you're all going to drink it and get drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun for me to think that Jesus did that all in the same day, all the same water.
He didn't do it all in the same water, babe.
No. I know it's fun for me.
Oh, fun to think that. Yeah. That he just turned water into wine and then he walked on it.
Kid was just crushing. That was just his closer.
Yeah. He did.
He's like, look. Give me your hand. fish. All right, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Walked on water. All right. Oh, by the way, for my last drink, get drunk.
Yeah. He just Jesus is David Blaine.
Yeah, for real. Jewish street magic. That's what if Jesus Christ were ever to come back, he would be like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Street magic kind of guy.
Yeah. One thing about me, if there's a David Blaine special, I'm gonna watch it. I think he's amazing.
I used to think David Blaine was the peak of entertainment,
and I think he might still be.
I've watched a couple clips from old street magic videos, and the magic is gone.
Oh,
we were young, and that's why it was cool.
Oh, I watched like a documentary on him. Like, I was gonna say 5 years ago. That's not true. At this point,
but do you remember his street magic
specials?
Specials? Yeah. How old were you when you were watching this?
Really young.
You were younger, right? So I'm saying
Post 9/11.
I watched clips from, and then we were just looking for something at that time.
Yeah.
And so I was watching some clips of that like street magic special, and like he's like, oh, he needs people to have like he takes people's drinks. I'm like, why the fuck is this person drinking an open container in Manhattan right now? You know what I mean? Everything is a lot more set up. It's a lot more set up than you remember it being. Like some of it was crazy. I remember getting freaked the fuck out, but a lot of it was way more set up than I think we remembered.
Who was the other guy?
Chris Angel.
I didn't like Mind Freak.
Well, Chris Angel, the Mind Freak, he was trying to sell sex, I think.
I didn't like
He made it about himself a little bit too much. David Blaine was definitely really into himself, but like he at least had some magic. Chris Angel was just like staring at the screen and being fucking weird about it.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. But remember when David Blaine had a little special he did with like celebrities, and he did magic to celebrities?
I do remember.
That shit, I loved it. I thought that was so good, and like I was like, wow, this guy's like really got some talent. He also like pushed his body to extremes in different ways.
Yeah, then the kid started like holding his breath and encapsulating himself in ice. It's like, buddy, this isn't magical. What are you doing?
Yeah, but it was just to show you what your body can do, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah, you like that? I think the main ingredients.
I want to fuck David Blaine.
Yeah, I was about to say a magician, and you're with a comedian. That just goes to show you how much you think about yourself. Yeah. And your ex-fiance is a SoundCloud rapper. It's just what it is. You gotta think bigger, babe. You got one thing about Samantha's hall passes are the absolute most bottom of the barrel dudes, and it really makes me insecure. Yeah. I forgot
Roman Reigns.
No, well, Roman Reigns is and I have to show you Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I knew who Roman Reigns was. When you started watching, I said, do you know who Roman Reigns is? Because I remember when he got leukemia, and I was like, wow, if that's what leukemia does to you.
Bro showed me who Roman Reigns was. Okay.
No, you said you were into wrestling, and then I was like, oh, is Roman Reigns still doing it? And you're like, yeah, he's a tryout. You were like, and I was like, yeah, I only know him because they said he had cancer, and I liked it. Yeah. He looks hot.
No, he's a hot kid.
Yeah.
Teeth too big now.
He did something weird to his teeth.
Too much.
He did something weird at the voting booths too, but we're not going to talk about it anyway. Clear it out. No, he did it. I didn't hear it.
Roman Reigns didn't vote for nobody. Joe from fucking Florida voted a little bit of strange way.
Yeah.
That's just who he is. He's an Italian kid.
Just go to an Italian kid, but
he's an Italian kid. He had soot on his windows. It's what it is. What are you talking about? I got to fucking go outside, get him.
Yeah, absolutely. If Roman Reigns told me go to the kitchen, that's where women belong. That's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. You look at Roman Reigns, you go, the kid has 5 kids. He's practicing what he preaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kids just reproducing.
Doesn't believe in birth control. It's just what it is.
No, it's just who he is. You really do have some real interesting, not hall passes, but like the guys are like, he's so hot. It's always the
who?
Well, Anthony Ramos for one is like he's a handsome guy, but are we acting like he's an A-list celebrity? He's not a big deal.
No, but women think he's hot. Women are lusting after him.
Sure. So if everything you do is super logical, I guess there's nothing to talk about.
First of all, I don't like your attitude.
Yeah,
today.
I understand that.
Yeah, so let's change it up real quick, okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah, clean it up.
All right. God forbid I say Anthony Ramos is an A-list celebrity.
No, I didn't say he's an A-list celebrity.
It's a little niche of a taste, no?
He's a hot guy.
Handsome kid.
Yeah, I think you remind me of him.
I think you think in personality. I think you have whatever your version of what David from Love on the Spectrum has, where he sees numbers as colors or colors as numbers. You see personality traits that you like as attractive. I like this person. They're hot. That's how you see things.
Oh my God, not me being a good person.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but yeah, it's not about the looks, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like a whole package. Yeah, including a dick.
Yeah, so we.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying either. We were meant to be talking about the Today Show.
Oh yeah. I'm on an Allegra D and I'm feeling a little loopy.
Yeah, Samantha's on Allegra D. She's feeling a little loopy, but we were on Jenna and Friends.
We were,
and it is George Bush's daughter, Jenna, and not the lesbian one, the other one.
Yeah.
The other one, I didn't even know there was 2.
I didn't know there was 2 either. I think I read that
Dick Cheney.
Oh, so I don't know
you
what.
Said that.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, Jenna has a husband. It's just what it is.
Yeah, not a lesbian, and she was mentioning a husband. I was like, oh.
I'm like, does your wife know about that?
Oh, so it was a phase.
You understand?
No, but the Today Show was a lot of fun. We didn't get paid any money, but they sent us a car.
They did send us a car. That was probably the most coolest I've ever felt.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll send you a car to and from the studio. So we just had a guy like text me like, hi, Miss Santos, I'm outside whenever you're ready. And I was like, not a driver.
Yeah, our driver was outside. He was outside the wrong building. I had to go correct him. And then I saw the window. It only said Santos. I was a little upset about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like, was it Selena's husband that had a problem with that, or was he cool?
Who's Selena's husband?
Selena, the one that got killed?
No, he loved that. No.
Yeah, well, whatever one in a million man who fucking absolutely was upset that his wife was more successful. Just the thing said Santos. Dropped us off. It was great.
Mauro.
Yeah.
That was his name.
Shout out to Mauro. Shout out to Carrie. It was a full moment for me. I used to work for Carrie.
Who's Carrie?
The car company.
That was what it was?
Yeah, I used to work for those car companies. I used to do events for them. Yeah, I used to coordinate their fucking dispatch.
That's super cool.
So, and then they came and fucking picked me up. I was like, do you still know fucking Justin, the guy? No, I didn't do that.
So, yeah, we got picked up.
Yep, got picked
up. So if you guys saw it, most of you probably did because there's only 4 of you that listen to this. But no, there's a lot of you that listen, and we really do appreciate you. If you didn't see it, it is on YouTube.
Yes, we'll put the link in the bio for this episode on Spotify and on YouTube.
Yeah, so we had to come up with an argument, and spoiler alert, it's a fake argument.
Yeah.
No one there knew that. They were all taking it super seriously.
Yeah, well, that's. I feel like going into the world in those situations makes you realize that comedy is a world that exists only in itself.
Yeah.
Because I have this problem in general, but I don't take anything seriously.
Well, of course.
I don't take a fucking single thing seriously. So watching these people be like, oh my God, are you for real? And I'm like, of course fucking not, you dickhead. We're telling jokes.
Yeah. We just we don't use the same hair products. Also, when I met you my baby was using Diva. Diva Curl. You know what I mean? He was a diva.
Yeah, I was pretty deep in the game. You were already pretty deep in the game.
Yeah. Somebody had cooked here.
Yeah.
And it's just what it was. And you not correcting me is pissing me off. You're not telling me that someone didn't cook here is pissing me off.
Yeah, well, technically nobody cooked here. Technically, I cooked there because that bitch was putting her hair in straws and bantu nuts. To make it look curly. It's just what it was. It's just what it was. My ex used to put her hair in bantu knots and wrap it around straws when she went to sleep so it could be curly in the morning. Oh my God. It's just the truth. It's just what she did.
Wait, what do you mean? Was she telling people her hair was curly?
No, but to curl the hair, she was using tools that I don't think.
Oh wow, she was ahead of the heatless curl thing. Are you making fun of her? Or is she just innovative? Yeah, because that straws. That's a heatless curl.
Kid had straws.
No damage to the hair.
No, kid had straws. Kid fucking
didn't care about turtles though.
No, kid had, and they were and if you don't think they were plastic.
Yeah, I think she was sleeping in metal straws, babe.
Yeah, plastic straws, bantu knots, just looking like Adele in Jamaica, and absolutely going to CVS and stealing everything. It's just the relationship that I was in. Yeah. But I was the one who was childish. It's just what happened. It doesn't matter. I cooked there. That's why I didn't correct you. Cooking was done, but there was a different master chef.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right. Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. But no, you were already using products. We also have completely different types of hair. So you used.
It was also spoiler. It was one of like 4 arguments that we sent them and let them pick.
Yeah. And all of them were made up.
Of course.
So yeah, because one thing about us, we don't really argue. No, honestly, if we are arguing, it's something deep.
Yeah.
We can't bring that to the camera.
Yeah, we're not arguing about stuff that you see us argue about. We're arguing about the fact that we argued about it on TV and that we didn't hash it out deep enough.
You understand? So yeah, we set up this argument, whatever. Then they were like, you guys are gonna get inside baseball here. So the lady's like, hey, you write us up. Usually they don't ask like the people on the show to write it up. They usually write up like the blurb.
You tell them the problem and then they tell you what to say.
Yeah, but she knew like we are writers and we do comedy, so she was like, you write it up, and then we'll like fix it to make it.
We'll condense it
to so it's TV ready.
So it's TV ready and it's under 20 seconds.
Yeah. So I took that personally.
Yeah.
No, not personally, but I took it and I was like, okay, that's what we're gonna do. And JC thought, nah.
Yeah, and I don't listen to women. All right, it's just what it is. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm an artist. I do art.
Yeah. So I'm a rule follower.
I took it as a suggestion.
Yeah, he took it as a suggestion, even though it was written in the emails and also explicitly said it on the Zoom call.
Yep.
And so it was making me super nervous because I'm trying to memorize what I'm saying. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to just say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Yeah, which I didn't. I said most of it, but I added a line when I got lost.
Yeah. You didn't say anything that was on that thing.
No, that's not true.
I read it after, and you didn't say that was on there.
That's not true. I put the script next to what I said, and I said almost everything.
Yeah.
I said it in in not word for word, but I definitely put the gist out.
Yeah. There was an underlying feeling of it. But the
concepts of the
plan. Yeah. So I'm obviously freaking out about it. What's new?
Yeah.
JC couldn't be bothered. I'm like, we're in the car on the way there, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like 1 million people watch this, like legitimately. All over the country, people watch this. So I'm like, oh my God, I know we're gonna be in a room with just
people watch it, and fucking it has 100 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Our episodes get more views. Who cares?
Well, yeah, but people watch it live.
Yeah, and then they go on about their day.
Yeah. So I was super nervous. I'm like, I know it's going to be in a room, like we're only talking to 3 people, but like I'm nervous because we're on television. JC's la-da-da-da-da doesn't even give a shit. So we go on the show. I'm super nervous, and I black out. If you watch that clip, I am not present. I am in another galaxy. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They're asking me questions. I'm just not even hearing what they're asking me. Mm-hmm. And JC's just cool as a cucumber. Cucumber.
We were cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just born to do it.
Yeah.
We were born to do it. I was with my favorite person. There's nothing there. To me, in my head, nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. Just do it. Just got a car sent.
Yeah. And in JC's head, there's nothing to worry about. In my head, there's everything to worry about.
Well, yeah. That's so
that's your head. I'm not feeling positive about it afterwards. I'm like, I don't know what I said because I have truly no recollection of what actually happened. Yeah. So we come home at night, and I went to my mom's to hang out with my nieces. You stood here to watch a game.
Arsenal, yes.
And I come home, and I'm a little on edge, a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't really feel confident about what I said. You're like, you were great. I'm like, I don't really feel like I was great, and I really don't feel like I was great because I didn't know what the fuck you were gonna say, and I was just nervous with the whole situation, and then just turned into us arguing about it. And I was like, maybe we should record this, send it to him.
Yeah, that would have been good. I would actually be curious to hear their take. But, it's just what it is. I thought the segment was great. I watched it back. I thought it was great. I thought everything it went as well as I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, and I am in a negative space. Yeah. So I hated the way I looked. I thought I looked hideous. I hated the way I sounded, and I tried to talk over myself talking while it was on TV because I didn't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. And that's just a little inside scoop on who I am and why you don't ever see clips of me doing comedy because I hate to watch myself. You understand? Yes. Yeah. I think I'm gross. Yeah. I hate it. I don't think I'm funny. I watch my clips and I'm like, I'm going to quit.
Yeah. And it's just, when it comes to me, it's like at this, it's getting disrespectful to me. You know what I mean? Because you're just disrespecting yourself, and I think the world of you. And it's like, you know what? I'm not even. I don't know whether to uplift you or be mad at you for not uplifting. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you.
And here's the thing: is that whatever you choose is going to be the wrong thing.
Oh, and
now we're going to fight about it regardless.
And now I'm just really happy you said that because it's actually a very validating thing for you to say.
Yeah, and I'm just joking.
Yeah, and I know you are.
Just joking.
I'm joking. And I'm just gonna take that joke and just revel in it because once we turn this off, then we gotta go back to the real world, and then I gotta deal with the ramifications of everything that you said and everything that I said.
Yeah. So anyway, we were on the show. It was fun. I
thought it was a blast, and I thought the segment was great.
Yeah. Same. Kidding. Can't tell you because I didn't watch it. Don't want to know. But I was happy for everybody else that knows us.
Yeah, of course.
Because they were so happy. So I'm happy for everybody else. Just can't watch it or think about it too much.
Well, it's in the link. The bios. It's in the link for the description of this episode. Go check it out. Leave a comment. Let them know to bring us back because we would love to go back to NBC and do anything.
Yeah. We would. We would, and I won't be nervous about it.
No, you should be. They're not fucking paying you. Who gives a shit? But we also killed it, and we had the best segment of both segments. We're great. Where they bring us on. They bring us on to do exactly what we did, and we did it, and we're going to do it again.
Yes, and that's what I've been told, so didn't watch it. Yeah. But yeah, that is that. But I did want to just talk a little bit about my allergies.
Yeah, go ahead, baby. Let them know.
So I'm suffering with allergies, you guys. And it's super strange because I never had them before, but I have them now. And this year in particular, my eyes are tearing. Yeah. Which is very annoying. Yeah. Because if I'm trying to go somewhere, it ruins my makeup. Yeah. It's a mess. And it's also just I'm literally crying all day. Yeah. And it's like allergies. I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why are we? Well, this is redundant at this point. You know what I mean? I'm like, give me a fucking stuffy nose.
Yeah, just let me scroll TikTok. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me happy tears, sad tears, whatever they are. I'm gonna let them out.
Yeah. Well, make no mistake. Samantha was crying because she was watching a show called Love After Locked Up, and somebody got catfished, and Samantha just couldn't keep it together.
Yeah.
She felt bad for the guy. She felt bad for the girl. She's just crying.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do that all the time.
100%.
And I don't have to be invested in you at all.
So what would you rather your allergies make you do?
Just give me a stuffy nose like a regular person. Why am I'm already gonna be crying.
Yeah.
Don't need to do it more.
Yeah.
You know, I just give me a little stuffy nose.
Is it just regular tears coming out, or is it like different? Is it like mucus tears type?
No, it's just regular tears. I mean, I don't know what's in them. You know, I haven't put them under a microscope. Maybe I will later. Yeah. But I mean, it's just they're not like cloudy or anything. They're just like regular tears. But my eyes. I woke up the other day, and you didn't see me because I was going to work. But I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh. I looked like Will Smith and Hitch. My eyes were so swollen. So I didn't like put any eye makeup on. But like as I'm walking to work, just full tears, like, and nonstop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everybody on this train thinks I'm crying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just annoying. My eyes are so red and itchy. I'm over it. I took an Allegra. It doesn't seem to be working. Now my throat is itchy. If anybody has any like natural remedies or even like a certain allergy pill that you guys think works better than the rest, let a bitch know.
Yeah, put
I am
in the comments.
Suffering.
Allergy remedies in the comments. And for me, it's tough to see you cry because the boyfriend in me wants to help you and support you, but like the father figure in me wants to, if you're going to cry, give me something to fucking cry about.
Yeah, exactly.
You're fucking over here whining. You just, it's crying for any old reason.
Exactly. I mean,
we couldn't even enjoy seeing a fucking Northern Cardinal today.
Oh, we did. We saw Northern Cardinal today. I think we should do a little segment every week about my birds.
Yeah. Yeah, Samantha's all in on the birds. We saw a Northern Cardinal today, which, make no mistake, is the highlight of our month. Yeah. And we did the Today Show.
Yeah.
So the fact that we saw this Northern Cardinal is just something that we've been trying to see this Northern Cardinal so bad.
Yeah. That
Samantha, we saw it far away. Samantha started playing Northern Cardinal bird sounds from her phone to try to call the Northern Cardinal over to our window, and it worked. Yeah.
We were in the bedroom today. It was like during lunch, during my lunch break. And I don't know what you were doing. I think you were folding clothes because you were doing laundry. Yeah. And I'm like, I see it on the tree, and I'm like, look. And I'm like, whispering, a cardinal. It's a cardinal. Because we've been dying to see it. Also, I don't know if you guys are aware, cardinals are so small. Yeah. Or at least a northern.
Cute little guys.
It's like a little sparrow.
Yeah, it was cute.
Tiny, tiny little baby. So adorable. It was like flying from tree to, from branch to branch. Yep. So red. And then it was too far. Yeah. And I started playing things, and it was trying to look for where its little partner was.
It was trying to look for the northern bird calls that it heard. What do you think? This is a fun little question. What do you think the bird calls that you were playing on your phone, what do you think they were saying to the cardinal?
The way the cardinal was reacting, it was saying like, come here, get this pussy.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, my wet pussy.
I don't know. I saw the cardinal's red, and it had like a black around the snout. Yeah, looked like a beard. I think it was a little bit more toxic. You know what I mean? It's like, ven aquí.
Oh, okay.
Ven aquí, coño. And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, it might have been.
Where are you?
That was, maybe it was, or maybe it was giving a little Shannon Sharp and a 19-year-old.
Yeah!
You understand?
The cardinal was like, hey, if you don't come over here, I'm going to need $50 million. And then the cardinal was out there like, if you say that again, I'm going to choke the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Wild. Yeah.
That's good. More to come on that.
More to come on that. But yeah, we saw Cardinal today. It really was a highlight, truly, maybe of my year.
Yeah.
To see one. I've never seen one. Now, next up, Blue Jays.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I've never seen a Blue Jay.
I've never seen a Blue Jay.
But my friend that I grew up with told me that when I see them, I'm going to be shocked because they're huge.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine them being big.
Me neither.
Blue Jays, I thought, were tiny little babies. Yeah. We got to see a hummingbird the other day.
We did. A mockingjay, I thought.
A mockingbird. You're right. Yeah. Not a hummingbird. A mockingbird. Not a mockingjay. That's
a movie.
That's a movie. A mockingbird. And that was super cool, too. Yeah. We got to see it, doing its calls.
Yeah. Mockingjay? Hot bird.
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird? Hot bird.
Yeah. Ing. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. Yeah.
It was a beautiful bird. We've been really just on this.
It's bird.
It's bird.
It's bird.
It's what we've been doing. We saw a Northern Cardinal today. And it was just, if anything, that's the only thing that made Samantha feel alive all day. That bird in 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You said it!
Yeah. When I'm sleeping now, because we really do get woken up, you really couldn't understand what our bedroom sounds like, because our bedroom faces like a gardenish area. So there's so many birds, and we wake up, it sounds like we're in the middle of a rainforest. Yeah. It's so many birds, and what wakes me up out of my sleep is my subconscious being like, turn the app on. What bird is that?
Yeah, 100%.
And it wakes me up every day, and I'm like, I guess. Yeah. And I have to like see what kind of bird it is.
Yeah, Samantha posted a story that I don't know if everybody saw, but it was so funny. It's just a video because the bird app, I guess, records you. Yeah. While you record.
Well, it's recording. No. It's recording to identify what the birds are.
It's a bunch of bird calls, and you can see what bird calls. It's like 8 different birds. Yeah. And then Samantha goes, I'm too stunned to speak.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I was so stunned that I couldn't even say that. I was like, I'm.
Kid just turned into Bika Lala.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm too stunned to speak. And then I'm like, we got a fucking mockingbird. Yeah. And then I cut it off because I realized it was recording. And then when I heard it back, I'm like, that's hysterical.
Yeah. You were so excited.
I was so excited. That was the day we got a blue jay as well. Yep. Truly, it's the best. And if you don't have the Merlin Bird app, Bird ID app, you should get it. It's amazing.
Have you heard a blue jay since that day?
No, that was the only one I had. Well, I mean, I might have heard it, but it's the only one I got on.
That's the only one you got on. Okay, yeah. So we got to fucking
but Kitty Reynolds was in another part of the story, and she was getting blue jays. So I'm like, they got to make their way. They got to
make their rounds. Yeah. Got to make their rounds. Got to go by the water.
Yeah, got to go by the water.
Yeah, gotta check it out. What it is. Shout out to Samantha and her birds. What else has been going on? Oh, I did want to say a quick little story. We were at the NBC studio when we shot for Jenna and Friends. Yeah. And NBC studio right next door to the Nintendo store.
Please.
Fun little story about the Nintendo store. Don't know if I've told it on this podcast, but that was once going to be my place of employment. Yeah. After college, I got an interview because of my guy Chike. Shout out to Chike. He was working as a recruiter, and one of his first accounts was Nintendo. Put me in contact with the Nintendo people. I did a whole big group interview at the Nintendo store in Rockefeller, right? And I think it might have been my first ever job interview.
Oh wow!
Because I got a college job, but I didn't have to interview for that. I just knew the people. It might have been my first job interview, and I thought it was gonna be super cool because I played Nintendo games. I used to like GameCube and stuff like that. So we're doing this group interview,
and you're killing it.
I'm crushing it. I have so much personality. I'm so much better than one thing about me. I'm okay in an interview. I'm stellar in a group interview because I'm better than people. Like, how good I am, you can't really see until you see how bad other people are. Yeah. And it's very clear that, this is a cool guy. Yeah. So I'm being a very cool guy, crushing it. And then the last question in the interview was, what's your favorite Nintendo game? And everybody's going around, and I'm last up, and I'm like, trying to be a little. Everybody's just like Pokemon, Mario Kart, Pokemon, Mario. That's the whole every fucking body. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry likes Pokemon or fucking Mario, and like who the fuck doesn't? So they get to me, it's my turn, and I'm thinking I'm gonna say something to set myself apart. I'm gonna tell these guys a little thing that I'm sure they never heard on an interview before because it's a little bit niche, this game. So they asked me what's your favorite game. I just look at them and I go. You ever heard of Sonic Adventure Battle 2? And without missing a beat, the person conducting the interview that's Sega.
Yeah, just totally different system.
I was like, I think it came out on the GameCube, which it did, but not before it came out on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they let us play Mario Kart as a group before the interview was over, and of course I won. So I'm thinking I have this job in the bag, and then I get a very angry phone call from Chike a couple days later. He's like, brother, what did you do?
Yeah. And you beat them into everybody in Mario Kart, and the guy who was doing things like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this.
Yeah. He put his hand on my shoulder, and he really just was like, "You're a fucking idiot, pal."
Yeah, that's insane.
My thing is, to this day, I don't think it's a big fucking deal because I'm going to work at your store. That's what you kind of got to teach me. You can't teach customer service is a skill. Knowing Nintendo, that's fucking trivia, bud. I can learn that. I can't learn how to be the fucking coolest guy in the room. I do that naturally.
Yeah. That's like being at a McDonald's interview and saying that your favorite McDonald's burger is a Whopper.
Yeah, and it's very quick to be like, hey, that's Burger King. That's our biggest competitor, but it's okay. You'll learn.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think I'm going to do? Tell them, hey, guys, you're here, but you should be down at the Sega store. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think it's crazy that you think that they should have still hired you.
I do think they should have still hired me. I didn't think it was a deal breaker. Jobs. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're fucking calling for a retail floor clerk, and you think I can't be corrected? I have a fucking college degree. I went to St. John's University.
Yeah. I was too busy learning communications to learn about your little fucking games.
Yeah, that's why I think I think it could have been communicated. Hey, man, that was a mistake, but we still believe in you.
Yeah.
And honestly, honestly, in protest, I ended up not getting a job for years after that.
Yeah, just in protest. Yeah. You understand? He said, fine, all right, not Sonic, my second favorite Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Jesus, baby.
Jesus Christ.
But I've really, Sonic Adventure Battle 2, great video game. And I played it on the GameCube, so I still stand by that. And I don't think it should have been such a big deal.
Yeah.
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 And why is that story funny to you?
It's just hysterical to me. You said a huge competitor's game.
No, I said it like I was slapping my dick on the table.
Yeah.
I said it like this is going to seal the deal. And it did.
Yeah.
But the wrong deal.
The wrong deal was sealed. Yeah. It was deal or no deal. You got no deal.
No deal.
No deal.
It's just what it was. Shout out to Howie Mandel. And that's what we did. We made it on the Today Show. We had ourselves a great week. Saturday came. The Knicks were in the playoffs. We got to watch some WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Had a nice little date day. No shows.
We had no shows on Saturday on purpose.
Yeah.
And we just got after it early.
Yep.
Got some breakfast.
Yep.
Got some iced coffees.
Yep.
Walked over to the beer garden.
Yes.
Sat in the beer garden. Had some margaritas and some Moscow mules at the beer garden. And I don't know about you, but I got wasted.
Yep.
Came home, took a little nap ski.
Yep.
Woke up, straightened up the whole apartment.
Yes, you did.
Watched a little WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was what a beautiful Saturday. And just me on the last episode saying I used to drink like songs told me to. And they're just getting Moscow Mules because Bad Bunny said it. I can't even order Moscow Mules without going, can I get a Moscow Mule? That's legitimate. I can't say it.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Yeah, that is what happened.
What a nice day at the Bohemian Beer Garden. It was gorgeous. It was... I mean, when it gets nice, when the weather gets good, I can't think of a better thing.
Neither.
Because the weather being bad is bad.
It's bad.
But the weather being good,
it's great.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
The world is a better place when it's nice.
I'm outside. A better person.
Yeah, 100%. Most people are.
Yeah.
Very few people are nice very few people are their best selves when Mother Nature is giving you her worst self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think there's also like a scientific thing there too, because you're not getting as much vitamin D.
Yeah, seasonal depression is a thing, but nobody's fucking depressed in the summer.
No.
Because of that season, bud.
Yeah.
Everybody gets depressed in the winter.
Yeah, people aren't killing themselves in Ireland because it's too sunny.
Yeah, 100%. You fucking don't even get me started on these fucking people. They're terrible people. But it's a beautiful day. We had a beautiful weekend. What else has been going on, baby?
We had a happy Easter.
We did have a happy Easter. Jesus rose.
We went to my brother's house, hung out with my nieces and my family, and then we had shows after.
Let me tell you something that I didn't like about Easter.
What?
I didn't like the fact that we were in Astoria walking around on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Or maybe Friday. Walking around on Friday and they're doing the funeral procession.
Yeah.
For our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
And it's this big thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's paying homage to our Lord and Savior.
The Stations of the Cross.
You're doing the Stations of the Cross. I had never seen this before.
Yeah. I had to teach my baby a little something.
Yeah. Taught me a little something. Thank God you went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Had a nice, beautiful procession. Really cute black Jesus.
Yeah.
You'll love to see that. Mm-hmm. And then there was in the funeral procession, they have cops making sure it's going. They have a bunch of people playing instruments. Mm-hmm. There's a car playing music. It's a whole big thing. There's people carrying a cross.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a big operation. Part of this operation are people in traffic vests making sure that cars are stopped.
Yeah.
Right? So these people, I don't know if they're contracted.
Well, no.
I don't know if they're volunteers from church, but I didn't know this.
They're volunteers from the church because one of our neighbors was also wearing the same vest.
Yes, that's true.
And the guy also,
he was taking,
all the vests said Immaculate Conception.
Yes, Immaculate Conception. So we're here, we're watching this whole thing happen and watching the Stations across this beautiful ceremony. And a kid is just, when I say a kid, it's like a 35 to 45-year-old man.
Specifically 45.
He's a grown man, and he was very tall.
Yeah.
Had a beard, just wearing a vest and a Yeet sweatshirt.
Yeah, which if you don't know is Jey Uso from
Jey Uso
WWE.
from WWE. He's wearing a Yeet sweater the day before Jey Uso is going to win the belt. The kid is in the sweater, managing traffic for the procession, and I get excited. I'm like, oh man, Yeet. I start doing this. I'm like, Jey at WrestleMania, Yeet, let's go. He's like,
yeah, and the guy's like, "Hey, this is a somber event."
I'm like, if it's
a little somber.
He was obviously mourning his Lord and Savior, but how the fuck are you gonna mourn your Lord and Savior and get hype for Jey Uso at the same time? Well, and then look at me like I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, you should have asked me before you did it. JC's like, "Oh, Jey tomorrow," and I'm like, "Guy, it's Good Friday. People are a little sad."
Yeah, for what? We've seen the movie already. The motherfucker comes back. What are you talking about? They're sad. Jesus is dead, and then he comes back, and then he ascends like we still got fucking 2 months with the guy. It's like John Cena winning the belt at WrestleMania. You still got 27 dates left. Get the fuck out of here. The kid is sad. It's a somber occasion. You're about to celebrate in 2 days, and you've already planned. You've already hit up the caterer for whatever meal you're having. Yeah. I'm not buying that.
It was very funny to watch. The guy
I was pissed the fuck off.
The guy was not into it.
He was really nasty.
It wasn't that nasty.
He was nasty. I was excited to talk to him.
So nasty and so rude.
My thing, if you come out in any type of apparel for a team, person, or a television show, you're wearing it because you want somebody to fucking say something to you. If you didn't want me to talk to you about WrestleMania, maybe don't wear a Yeet shirt the day before.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? I don't give a fuck whose procession it is. It's about to be yours if you don't fucking wisen up.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And Samantha wasn't on my side. That pissed me off even more. She was like, come on, babe, let's go. I was like, no. He's a prick. Get the fuck out of here. That shit pissed me off.
Yeah,
I wouldn't wear a Knicks pin to a funeral because I don't want to talk about the Knicks.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a Yeet sweater, you want me to fucking say something to you. Mm-hmm. Look at how he's dressed.
Yeah.
He was fucking begging for it. Oh my God. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. And you're still not on my side. And I'm not liking that.
Yeah, I can tell you he keeps going because he wants me to be like, you know what? That guy was a real fucking prick.
He was a real fucking piece of work. He thinks just because he volunteers at the church, he's some type of good guy. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you think I was out of line?
No, I thought the guy was a fucking prick.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It should have been him, not Jesus. You understand?
He wasn't going to ascend up. He was going straight down.
Yeah, going to hell. Yeah. You fucking do that to my baby one more time, I'm going to fucking nail you to the cross.
Yeah, you fucking bastard. But it's what it was. We had a fun weekend. And here we are on Tuesday recording the podcast a day late because yesterday the Knicks had to lose and I had to watch the whole thing front to back. We also got a nice little Raw after WrestleMania. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And plenty of things have been happening in the world. A lot of stuff's been going on since we last saw you. We're going to talk about them in our current events section called I So Boom. Biggest thing going on today, I mean, there's a couple things. I feel like this podcast is all Kanye'd out.
Yeah, I am.
Do you know what's being said
about Kanye? About his cousin?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I don't want to even talk about it.
I don't even think he's telling the truth at this point.
No, of course.
I think he's just trolling.
I don't think he's trolling. I think he's manic.
Yeah, he made a song about it.
Matt Pavich makes songs. You know what I'm saying?
He
made songs. When he's manic, nothing. Everyone's like, "Oh, I think he's doing this for attention." I think he needs to be on medication. Yeah. This is beyond anything. He's not doing this for attention. He's doing this because he's no other option.
Yeah,
he's manic.
You gotta feel for everybody involved.
You do. You feel. I don't think that Kanye is at the core a bad person. Yeah. I think that he needs help, and the world pretends to be like, "Oh, so we care about mental health," until someone says something that's anti-Semitic, and then they're like, "This guy too far." I'm like, I don't think he's actually saying that.
I don't think he's in charge.
You know what I mean? I mean. I don't know anything about Kanye, so he might be a bad person at the core. Who really knows? But I think right now what's happening is he's clearly manic, and I think he just doesn't take his pills.
You look at Kanye and his life, and you go, the kid lets the voices win sometimes.
Yeah, well, he's done interviews where he's like, I've gotten diagnosed as bipolar, but I think I'm stronger than the pills, so he doesn't take them. Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen?
Some stuff's going to come out.
I've been around people that are bipolar. I know that is no joke. You cannot, there's no reason or logic. It is mental health.
Yeah.
It's a mental issue, and they can't decipher what is real and what isn't.
Yeah, and we can't even joke about what he said because...
No, I feel like his cousin's like, what the fuck?
His cousin's in jail.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah, for killing a pregnant woman, it said.
What?
That's what he said. I don't think any of it's true.
I mean, this is, I mean, you know what? I think we're just going to move right along.
We're just going to move right along.
Because, I mean, we can banter about it, but then I got to comb through it and edit it.
Just don't want to do it.
Another, topic that's a little touchy, depending on who's telling the story. Shannon Sharpe is being sued. He's being sued bad.
Yeah. So
if you guys don't know, Shannon Sharpe, ESPN analyst, just got like $100 million contract to like extend at ESPN, is being alleged of some very serious crimes. Yeah. And before these allegations came to light, he was approached by his accuser for $50 million. Yeah. And then none of this will come out. And Shannon Sharpe was like, I'll give you 10. And then the accuser's like, no. And now here we are.
Yeah, now here we are.
And now Shannon is countersuing for defamation.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff's come out. Some text messages have been seen. Some voice recordings have been heard.
Yeah.
And now I just got to ask you, what do you think?
Okay. So here's what I think. I think men need to stop fucking with teenagers. Yeah. That was his first mistake.
Allegedly 21, allegedly.
Well, 19 when they started, it said. She's legal. I'm not saying
I stand corrected.
Yeah. she's legal. I'm not saying he did something that is technically against the law.
Yeah.
But how old is he? 50?
56.
56. In no world should a 56-year-old man be hanging out with a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old unless it's your kid.
Yeah.
Like,
or your coach or some shit.
Yeah.
Or your teacher, not hanging out, but like in the same place, interacting. So that was his first mistake. And like, I'm so sick of everyone just being like, why not? Because it's weird. Yo, and I don't care that I don't care what the legal age is. There's just nothing. Yo, I don't want to be around a 19-year-old. I just don't get it because I'm getting older and I'm growing, and obviously people are not all the same. But I'm 32, gonna be 33. I don't want to fucking talk to no 21-year-olds. Are you kidding me? I don't want to. What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
I can't imagine being 56 and yo. I mean, shit, man. Say what you want. Draw whatever conclusions about that you will for me sexually. It can't be that fucking good, dude. Yeah, what are you talking about?
It just doesn't make any sense. I don't really get why anybody would want to, but regardless, he did.
Yeah, and it's such a accepted practice.
It's bizarre
for like older guys that like it's not like the moral gray area of it that's a problem. It's like, dude, for your sake, you shouldn't want to hook up with these young chicks. They're playing a different game.
Yeah, and it's also just like their ego is so big that they're like, of course she wants to be with me. It's like, I'm going to give you one guess on why she wants to be with you. What 19-year-old wants to be with a 56-year-old unless they have $100 million contract that they just signed?
Dude.
Or you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, she doesn't want to be with you because you're a good person or you have good dick. It has nothing to do with it. She wants to be with you because you're rich, and she went into this knowing she was going to extort you.
Yeah. And if you don't believe that, just look at the text messages. Every sext ended in, put a big black baby in me.
Well, here's the thing is that she's so young, she doesn't even know how to dirty talk. Because you should be saying, put your big black dick. That's what is normal.
Yeah.
Which is also, we could talk about that being a fetish.
Normal to who?
What people are talking dirty.
And now you're stuttering.
Stupid.
Are you speaking from experience?
Stupid.
Do I have to be more accusatory or do I have to start crying?
Yeah. Let your allergies hit.
One thing about me, I'm fucking Jax Taylor.
Yeah. So here's my thing. It's like the girl's so young she doesn't even know how to dirty talk.
No, she doesn't.
You know what I mean? And also,
kids making it up.
As she goes.
Kids dirty talking, but the kid, if she's 19, do you know what she's really doing? She's going on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You're dirty talking with AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's telling this guy to put his big black baby inside her. Yeah. I want you to, what did she call it? Something sauce?
Baby gravy.
Baby gravy. Mm-hmm. Sauce is what sauces make.
That's what you.
Yeah. She's like, put your baby gravy. Put your baby gravy inside me and give me a big black baby. It's like, why are you calling my baby fat?
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know it was an Italian girl, because she's like, I would say baby sauce. It's not sauce technically.
It's just gravy. It's on Sunday. Yeah. So just very strange. I don't know why anybody would mess with that. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did hear the voice. I felt differently yesterday because it was like, oh, I feel like she's extorting him and.
I think there was an extortion attempt, and then you listen to the voice memo and you go, Shani, you can't say that.
You can't, unfortunately.
No matter how hard she's begging for it.
Yeah.
You understand?
You can't threaten to choke people.
Yeah, and I forget what she was talking about.
She was saying, I can't remember.
And she's like, you're being mean or whatever.
It's like, if you say that again, I'm going to choke you.
Yeah, she goes, you're manipulating me.
Yeah,
he said, you say that word one more time, I'm going to choke the fuck out of you or something like that.
Which is really mean, but better dirty talk. You know what I'm saying? Because at least he's staying on topic.
Yeah.
I'll manipulate your fucking windpipe.
And then she just goes silent for a little bit.
For a lot of it.
Yeah. And then I think she says like, no. And then he's like, yeah. And you're going to like it, I think he says.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. I don't like it. It makes me super uncomfortable.
Guys, when the going gets tough and you're kind of in the trenches of a conversation and shit is real, you can't sex your way out of it.
No.
And I fear that's what Unc was trying to do.
Yeah.
He was trying to bring it back to the sex, and buddy, I think we're past that.
Yeah.
Now.
Is there anything more uncle-like than just raping somebody? Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, good name.
Yeah, big trigger warning there.
Yeah, for anybody. My uncle's actually never. That's not my experience, but I just heard a lot of things.
Yeah, you just hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
And I don't know what I hope. You can't hope anything in these cases.
I just know.
You gotta let the courts do their due thing. I just hope that justice is brought to the people that need justice brought to them.
Here's what I think. If what she is alleging is true, right? She's saying that was non-consensual. Yeah. then I hope everybody gets what they deserve, meaning he goes to prison. I don't think
that
the $50 million that she's going for, because it's like, if this man did what you're saying he did, why did you go to him first? Like, hey, I'll be quiet if you give me the money.
Yeah.
Obviously, she got into this knowing exactly what she was going to do, but Shannon walked right into it. Yeah. And I'm sure...
Well, and when we say walked, we mean walk sassily. Have you seen how he walks?
Yeah, I see how he walks. Yeah.
He fucking strutted into it.
He strutted into it. Yeah, shook that ass. Any bow-legged.
Yeah, any bow-legged. And they said $25K per cheek. That's what she was saying to him.
Yeah, she did. We saw the text message. She said $25,000 per ass cheek.
Yeah, and fun fact, that was the last text message they exchanged, and Shannon was like, "Not in this economy."
Yeah, with the price of eggs, I can't.
So the tariffs.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I don't like it, and I think he's an idiot, and I think she's probably not the smartest, but she's also just 21, so you really can't put it on her.
Fellas, you can't get money and run around with these young women.
And I don't know why you would want to. Especially, it's like, you're 56. You could be with someone who's 20 years younger than you. Yeah. And she'll still look good. You can still get a 36-year-old woman, and she at least will have something to talk to you about. Yeah. And
it's just a guy thing, because it was like Dave Chappelle. I think it was a Dave Chappelle joke. And I'm paraphrasing, and this is not what I think. This is just a joke. He's like, but ain't nobody ever had no good 36-year-old pussy. That's what he said. Yeah, and that's a thing for guys.
Yeah. Like, until JC walked in.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't had good pussy till it was 36. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
He's got to say that.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah.
And you just can't be playing these games.
You also can't be playing these games.
Play these stupid games. You're gonna win some stupid prizes.
You're gonna win some stupid prizes. And also, here's the thing that nobody talks about. A woman is in her sexual peak in her 30s. So if you want a woman who's insatiable and you just want to continue to fuck, find somebody in their 30s because they're in their sexual peak, and I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, and it's just the unfortunate thing about that sexual peak is like, you're feeling sexual, but you're fucking having a hip spasm.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're feeling sexual, but you have a crick in your neck and you can't suck dick until it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's just feeling
in my pussy. I did wake up today with a stiff neck, and it is feeling a little bit better, but now my throat is on fuegs.
And it's always something.
Yeah.
It's always something. But it's better than getting sued for $50 billion. Yeah,
it is.
Okay, and that's just what it is. You got, fellas. Just stop with the young woman,
Stop having anything to do with a young woman.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You don't ever hear someone being like, you know what? I'm super happy I did that. It always ends up being an issue.
It's
Stop it.
Yeah, the juice is it's just not worth the squeeze.
It's just not.
Like I'm sure if you asked Shannon, I was like. I'm sure it wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
Because it can't. There's none that's that good for that type of stress.
Who was the girl that was on the video with him? What was the name? Michelle.
And Michelle was a grown woman.
She was a grown woman. She sounded grown.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You guys are too horny, man.
Just too horny. It's just so stupid. Dude. I did see the picture of the 21-year-old, 19, 21, whatever she is now, and she's very beautiful. There are very beautiful women that are of age that you can. You love to do that.
It's fun.
But yeah, I just don't get it, and and it doesn't matter. It's just so funny because it doesn't matter how many men this happens to. It's going to continue to happen because everyone's like, I'm different, and you're not, and she's not. Yeah. You're just going to find yourself $50 million broker. Yeah, it's just what it is.
It's tough stuff. Tough stuff. You hate to see it. I hope everybody. I hope the truth comes out. And I hope everything is done in accordance with the truth.
I hope that no one, got anything done unconsensually, just for the sake of everybody involved. It's just a horrible thing when that, you just hope that he didn't do that because he just, ruined this woman's life.
Yeah.
But
they're saying she has a video, but it's like super edited. And he's like, if you're going to put the whole video out.
Yeah, you can't edit evidence. She just put it in CapCut.
That's what
she just put it in CapCut. She said, "I don't like that part. That part bombed."
And she was, take that part out. Zoom here, and she sent that to her clip guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the homeless pimp is at home, and he goes, "This is a tough day in the office."
Yeah. He can't. I gotta put. Yeah, even Opus was like, "This is too much.
This is too much. I can't do. I can't. Yeah, that's a tough one." And it's just that. But that's what he's saying. He's saying what she's sending is not the full continuous thing. And to send the full continuous thing so his people can go through it, and she just won't do it. That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. And I don't know what happened. I just always will be on the side that a man probably did something he shouldn't have done.
Yeah,
he probably crossed the line he shouldn't have crossed.
You just hate it.
You just hate to see it.
You hate to see it, but the video needs to be seen.
The video needs to be seen, and also we will be deleting this episode when we get on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Oh yeah. We haven't said anything, but I think I would. If the first thing I would say to Shannon Sharp, be like, "Uncle, you gotta stop with these kids, bro.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that girl.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
You gotta
man.
stop.
It's a sickness.
It's wild.
It's a sickness, and it can't be that. I mean, shit, man. I don't ever want to.
But
it can't be that good.
You've had sex with a 19-year-old when you were that age.
Yeah, when I was 19.
That's what I'm saying. It's also like what are you talking about?
I don't know, man. You know, the dudes we get too much power and we get weird.
Yeah. Get a little weird.
Little weird. It's just in our bones and our DNA.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. We're gonna change gears and go to a little lighter topic. The Pope's dead.
The Pope is dead. I'm actually very sad about it, if I'm being honest.
You're a big Pope Francis?
Pope Francis kind of girl.
Pope Francis kind of girl, and I didn't know that.
I remember when he was brought in and his views. You know, I went to Catholic school. I know how the Catholics think.
Yeah.
And I don't love it.
No.
And I felt like he was like a turn for the Catholics. I feel like he immediately, when they were like, you know, everyone's always asking priests and popes how they feel about gays, and he was like, stop worrying about them.
Yeah.
They're not bothering you. And then he quotes the Bible, and it's just like, you know, like, love thy neighbor as thyself. And also, like, you know, they're like, but they sin. It's like, okay, those without sin cast the first stone. Motherfucker, you sin.
Yeah, of course.
So mind your fucking business. You know what I mean? It's also like, so I like that he did that. I also
what
think,
if Pope Francis was just saying that, being super like progressive? He's like, you're giving me more people to worry about. I got enough on my plate. Let them fucking handle themselves over there. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't worry about them, because I'm not.
I'm not worried about them. They're already going to hell.
No.
Yeah. No.
You said it.
Yeah. I also like, he was also really loud and proud about Gaza. So I think that's super cool. Until like legitimately his last breath.
Yeah, it's sad that Trump gets to appoint the next one.
Baby, are you stupid?
Yes.
Okay. That's a joke.
No.
Why would the president of the United States have anything to do with the Pope who lives in the Vatican, which is in Italy?
We're the leader of the free world.
Okay.
Who's more American than a fucking Italian kid?
Yeah, who's more not free than the Catholics? What are you talking about? They can't have any fun. You know what I mean? A priest can't even have sex.
But I thought Trump was their leader.
No.
Oh, then what is he doing?
So it's like all the head guys at the Vatican are gonna decide.
But he picked the last pope when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
You're an idiot. Did you really think that
No. Okay. I'm aware of I've seen movies.
Yeah, there's the Vatican and the smoke comes out at the top where they find
I watched Eurotrip.
Yeah.
I know that movie.
Well, we've also lived through a Pope.
Scotty doesn't know.
We've lived through a Pope dying.
In Eurotrip.
Pope John Paul II, who you had framed in your house and in this apartment and same in my grandparents.
JP2.
Yeah, he was a huge deal.
Yeah. How was he politically?
I don't know. I was too young, but people loved him.
Probably not good if my grandparents liked him.
I don't know if I don't know. Also, like, now the Pope has like way more, you know, you hear about him more because it's like, you know, social media and stuff. Yeah. I don't know what Pope John Paul II, my guess is probably he had, you know, people really loved him though. And then we had Pope Benedict in between. He was the first Pope to ever step down from being the Pope.
Why did he step
Just didn't want to do it. Just felt old and didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, good for him.
And then that's where we got, I don't know if he's alive or not, but I didn't like him either. I remember him feeling like he was mean. Pope Francis though did come to America, came to New York, and Gail and David went and saw him. And I think if the next Pope is not any of the conservative ones and he's a cool guy, I'm going to go see the Pope if he comes to New York.
And I'm happy for you.
Yeah. And he just passes by in his little Pope-mobile.
Yeah. If he doesn't...
And it's just, you know, it's just nice.
Yeah. The only way you're going to get me out to see the Pope is if the Pope is part of the Knicks championship parade. I'm not going to go fucking see the Pope.
He just passes by and you just wave at him. There's the presence of somebody.
You love a parade.
I low-key love a religion. I like structure.
Yeah.
So I think I like a little bit of a religion. Yeah. I just don't like when they're mean.
Are you feeling emotional because we saw the Stations of the Cross the other day? Is that just making you feel a little bit more spiritual?
It's just the thought of my kid not wearing a christening outfit.
Yeah.
I just need my kid to make their first communion because I got to put a nice little dress on.
I just need you to tell me if after I walked away, you look back at that guy with the Yeet sweatshirt and said, "I'm so sorry." Did you do that?
Yeah, and I went like this. I did the side of the cross.
Yeah, and then I said, "No Yeet." No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, you know, shout out to the new Pope. I'm sure he's going to be nice.
Yeah, so I looked up the people that are being considered, or there's no one that it's definite yet, but they're saying like, you know, who they think.
She's just saying.
There's a guy from the Congo. We don't want him. Yeah, well, super conservative.
Yeah.
Hates.
Wait, we don't want him because we're super conservative?
No, he's super conservative.
Oh.
So we don't want him. He's like ultra conservative. It says like he's like one of the most. Mm-hmm. Then there's another super conservative guy. Shocker, he's from America.
What happens if the Pope is conservative?
The church goes backwards. Like the church has been more accepting of people now since the Pope. You know what I'm saying? He's the head of Catholicism.
Yeah.
And Christians, I think in general, like even I don't even think just Catholics. I think Christians. I think other Christians don't believe in the infallibility of the Pope.
Yeah,
meaning like they think he can't sin. So Christians are supposed to think like he's like God, like where he doesn't sin. That's ridiculous. Obviously, he does. He's a human. So Catholics believe that. Other Christians don't believe that. And so anyway, there's a guy from America too that is, you know, they think that he might be eligible for being considered, but he's super conservative, so we don't want that guy. And they're also never going to choose an American. But we do I like the Filipino guy.
Oh, the Filipino guy.
Yeah. Antonio.
Antonio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip, just a Latin kid.
Just a Latin guy, and he's super liberal, just a loving guy. You look at his pictures, smiles on his faces and all of them. Just a nice guy. And I also, my Catholic school, my elementary school was really heavily Filipino. So I'm like, you know what? They are really
Filipino
sweet.
and you just feel a little bit closer to God.
I just feel a little closer to God, Filipino. And it's just, I'm kind of into it.
Well, you know, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I wish you the best. And
may the odds be ever in his favor.
Yeah, and we will have an update next week on the big papal.
I think it takes a little bit because they're gonna, the whole ceremony of this guy dying.
If you don't think we're gonna be tapped in,
we're tapped in.
We're already in the know.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to talk to you guys about is something that Samantha and I discovered last night. Is how much of our relationship is rooted in references. How much of our communication is based in us being able to talk to each other at each other's level.
Yeah. Speaking a language that we both understand.
Yeah, coming together to create a middle ground.
Yeah.
And the way that we did this, what were we talking?
The other day we were just talking about John Cena's hair and how he needs hair plugs.
Yes,
we found out that he got them. Yeah. And then we were just talking about why is that so looked down upon? And we're I think is LeBron like the first person to ever do it? And you were like, I think
he got it early, but it never looked good. He used to get made fun of all the time.
Yeah,
I feel like it hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah,
but they used to do the top views of his head. And it looked like an hourglass.
Exactly,
it looked terrible.
And you were like, he got it too soon. I said, really? And you were like, yeah. And then JC goes, yeah, it's like Kenya Moore. It's like they got too early of a BBL.
Yes.
It's the same thing with his hair.
BBLs, since Kenya Moore has gotten them, have improved. The science is different. Butts look better now.
Yeah.
But when she got this procedure done, they had limited science. Yeah. So the butt looks a little funky.
It looks a lot funky.
And she's still one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
But she was born at the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got LeBron James, same thing.
So that's how he did it.
Kid went to Turkey before the Turks even knew what they were doing.
Exactly. Yeah. So the way he described it to me was just like, Kenya's BBL. And I was like, oh. That's the perfect way to describe it. I fully understood it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes total sense. I get it.
So often are we back and forth communicating. Like, I asked her a question about one of her shows, and she's got to do a little sports analogy.
I got to do a little sports analogy.
The way that I sold Samantha on the Knicks, I was like, all right, them trading for Mikal Bridges is like Phaedra coming back.
Low key is what you said.
Because they have all the history, and it's really exciting. But unfortunately, they had to give up Cynthia.
Yeah.
She had to go.
Cynthia had to go.
Yeah, she couldn't stay.
She couldn't stay, and then we didn't like that.
But
yeah, so we did notice that, and I thought that was a little funny little story.
A funny little thing. And, sometimes there's a lot there. Sometimes there's a little bit there. And sometimes you just get what you get. And that's what you guys got on this episode. You got what you got. We were having a good time. Samantha's been checking her phone. Are you expecting something?
No, I'm just not feeling good. I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you want to get the fuck out of here. And it's perfect time because we're going to get out. We're going to do that. We do have the soft launch live show this weekend on Saturday. The link is in our bio. Come buy a ticket. See us at 5 o'clock at the stand. Host our soft launch live show. And then on Sunday, the 26th, we have our In Rhythm stand-up comedy show, 8 p.m. at New York Comedy Club, where Samantha and I will be doing separate stand-up comedy sets. We really want you guys to come see that because we're going to be trying out some new material, getting loose, doing some fun crowd work, and having just a good time with our favorite people. And you know what? That's going to do it.
That's going to do it.
For this episode of Soft Launch. Thank you guys so much for listening. I know I stopped saying the numbers. This is our 89th episode.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting up there. Tell us what you guys want us to do for our 100th.
Yeah. Should we have a guest?
Do it. Yeah. Put guests below that are not my father. Because, thank you so much. But
you're not going to do anything for our numbers.
Yeah. It's just what it is. But let us know who you guys want to see as a guest. Let us know anything you want us to do for our 100th episode. It's coming up. And we're so grateful to you guys. Thank you guys for listening. I've been JC Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.
Peace.